second year we invited a guest band in. It was the Pope band. No one believed that the camp idea was worth doing. Gary and I got together. The Pope band came in and did a couple of camps with us. And we chose not to have it to be an annual event with the two schools. So you go and do yours and spread the word that this little camp is a good thing for students and bands and conductors and fellowship. And now I did one last year in Seattle, Washington. They're up in Maine, down in Miami, and in Southern California. Not sure, I'm waiting on Alaska, and I'm certainly waiting on Hawaii to call. But I'm glad to be here.
Got the shirt, I'll be ready when
You've got the shirt already?
call, yeah.
Yeah. I did rehearsal band in Hawaii once, but I was kind of already over there. So I know where you kind of are. We all kind of scruffing along at the same place, the same rate. And if it's a part that I know that you can't handle very well, very easily, with technique, I probably won't ask you to play it. And if it's something that you can get close to, then we may work through it a little bit. But I don't come in, it's not important at this stage of the game to find out what you can do. This stage of the game is to plant the seeds to help hopefully allow for the band to grow as the period goes on. So enough of that. Let's play the Gladiator March. Let's just kind of get familiar with each other. I know you've only tolerated it one time. My job is to knock 2.5 weeks out of your winter schedule. So my job is just to get a big stick and just plow through the weeds so we can kind of halfway see the other side. Understand? Yeah, that's all it is. Pardon me for drinking water, it's kind of dry in here. You got more trophies in here than you used to have. Where's that car used to have, a hood or something? Where is it? Oh,
It's in the hall.
We're not completely back together after our renovation.
I'm looking
Only
for
had a
it.
year and a half.
All right, let's play. I'll just let you play about half of it, just so I can find out where the parts are, what the players are. I may move the band around a little bit and just experiment. This is a chance to experiment a little bit since we have some time together. Not the chair, I just may move you around, change walls, try to allow you to hear things differently. Here we go. We're up. 1, 2, ready, go.
Eventually.
I'm really impressed, Gary. Thank you so much for showing off here.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
You do whatever you want.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Thank you so much.
Large.
He's real doing
Super Bowl party.
So I was thinking. All right. I'm gonna try something. I've always been kind of puzzled with the sound in this room. Percussion, bear with me if you would. Okay. Percussion, would you move everything? Tell you what, the layer behind the drums here, where the chimes are, would you mind moving them to the side just for a minute, please? Try something, Griff.
We turned it this way one time. We discovered there's a dead spot right in here. No matter which way you turn, it's kind of dead.
I'm gonna push them back.
Okay.
I think this wall, because it's really, really dry in here, and I don't think the kids can hear as well left or right as we can hear on the box. Percussion, can you move the whole setup back about 6 feet along with the piano? Piano, you can move toward the wall over here if you like. What I want to try to create is a place where you can hear the rest of the band better. Okay, what I'd like to do just a sound comparison. We'll play the first 30 seconds of the march here, just to get the sound back in our ears. Then I'm going to move you back about 6 to 10 feet and see if the sound is different. And if it doesn't change there, I'm going to open the interval up from the center out a distance to see if the space between the players makes that much of a difference. Let's just try it. We've got camp, we've got some time to do it here. Let's play the beginning again. Sounded terrific. Ready? I like the tuning on that bass drum. Whoever tuned the bass drum did a nice job. Yeah, one, two, ready, go. Now, move the setup back. We have 10 feet percussion. Do we have 10 feet of negative space there, at least? Try 10 feet straight to the back wall, everybody.
Hey, Justin, is this your cake? Let's open back. Mike, is this your bag?
Yeah, just toss it.
I'm not gonna toss it. It's got mutes in it.
You know that's exactly what
Jeez, trumpet position, I see.
Well, I was excited because I knew that generally yeah, is that a problem?
Never mind.
Brandon, thank you late tomorrow. You've got something to live up to?
looking at him? Is that looking at him?
I like it better.
Virgo, what did you do?
All right, we'll play the same thing and let you tell me what you hear. Let's try it again. One, two, ready, go. First thing, same or different? Different. Would you raise your hand and tell me how it's different? Yes, ma'am.
I hear more low voices.
More low voice.
Yeah,
Okay.
like from over.
All right, same or different, sir? Different, and
You can hear many of the other voices.
just feels like you can feel them? Yeah, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
From over here, we can't hear the other side of the room very well, and we can from here.
You can from here,
Yes, I can hear clarinets and bassoons.
but you couldn't hear them as well up here? Okay, great. Was it an immediate response? That you, oh, wow, it's a different sound. Good. Anything over here? Yes, sir.
I heard trombones in baritone a lot more.
Was it an instant process? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can hear it now. Okay. Much more space we have. Agree? That kind of a consensus? Yeah. I just moved the high school band at Lasseter yesterday and today to try to create, and the response was almost exactly the same. We had to get away from the front wall to allow the sound to go here and come back to you. It's just like an energy ball, just goes and comes back. Let's try one more thing and see if this changes at all. It's going to be a little weird, but let's just see what it does. I like for you and the trumpet to move where this chair is here. Just move the chair out of the way. Okay? Yeah, just move over there. Well, just get yeah, yeah. Keep going. Yeah, almost. Keep going. Yeah. That's it, right there. Okay. Stay where you are on the end, and all of you shift. Open your interval up, maybe 6 to 8 inches toward the left. From the person to your right, makes it gonna get wider. Open the interval up. Go from 1.5 to a 2. That makes sense. Okay, horn, pull those 2 chairs out and open your space up. The tenor saxophone, sir. Would you mind connecting down to the 2? Yeah. Barry, you saw you the tenor. Okay, connect down to the 2. What we're going to do is let this piece person be the anchor, and over you're going to hold up to the right. Create more space for your sound. Don't keep the same interval, just open up a little bit. Open up space. Okay, would you bring your little would you bring yours down? Okay, open up to the center. That's certainly clarinet. This space. Some empty chairs, it's got a good bit of it. Let's try the same thing and see what happens. Tuba on the end. Would you mind going over about 2 feet to your left, to your right?
2 feet?
Yep. About 1.5 feet, sir. A little bit more. And just a bit. Yep, right there. Let's try this. One, two, ready, go. Same or different? Different? Okay, a little bit of the same but different. I didn't move your roll much today. Yeah. Trombone, same or different? Is it different, good different or not? Can you hear yourself better now?
Better.
You hear yourself better?
Beforehand it was clear, but now it's clear.
It's a very good answer. Thanks for helping. Anybody else help? Yes, ma'am.
I kind of felt like everything was drowned out by just my two neighbors. And
This was
I connected-
before?
Yes, and now connected with the
You can hear the ensemble now. Great, it's good to know. Anybody else giving us some advice? Yes, sir.
I feel like my sound has like room to expand and like fill the room instead of like, I don't know, if that even makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, yes. It's kind of difficult to describe sound.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it's doing. Ideas in here?
I can hear all of this better. Immediately.
Cool. Let's get any masking tape. Let's get some masking tape and put it here and here on the corner so we'll kind of know when we set it up.
Here.
I've always wondered about that. I've heard the band play over here since 1987, and I've always wondered because it's really dry in here with the carpet, and the room doesn't have much resonance, but it does. It's better resonance now. Percussion, could you hear the ensemble in front of you any differently, or did it sound kind of the same?
Yeah, I can hear more low voices now.
Just felt better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the percussion is going to feel a little weird for a while, and you'll have to set your group up differently because you've had like the luxury of a third of the room or so, a quarter of the room. So it just make the adjustment to that. But I think it's going to work better. It gives us a little bit more space. Yes, well, I looked at you take this down. Now let's rehearse the gladiator just a little bit. It's an extra music note on this. Can't you know extra music stand to be found.
We'll find something for you.
1, 2, ready, go. Good. Just in the first, pick up to the first string. Beat ba da, beat ba da. Don't play it quite so short on the C concert, and don't play it quite so narrow. A little bit fat, a little bit warmer, a little broader sound. Again. Beat ba da. 1, 2, ready, go. In bar number, before 13. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars before 13. May I hear the trumpets and horns? And 1, 2, ready, go. Listen to the other section as you play. If you're horn, listen for the trumpets. If you're trumpet, listen for the horns. 1, 2, ready, go. Again, 1, 2, ready, go. Again, I'm just going to have you do it so you can get a feel for how it goes. 2, ready, go. Play your first note, trumpets and cornets. Ready? Play. This is a good one for everyone to learn. They're in octaves. They have E flat octaves. The lower E flat, please play. Ready? We'll play the lower E flat. Lower just a little bit. Play lower. Play louder. 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 Yeah, that's about the energy you got to use to get that sound out. You started there now this time. Start your volume there at that sound. Ready? Play. Now, put the upper octave on it, but don't play quite that loudly. Ready? Play. yours is a second and third valve combination. It's going to want to lay high. So you got to make sure you kind of push it down just a little bit, especially if you play loudly. And yours is a fifth partial note, so you got to lift it up. If not, it's going to play flat. I play the lower and I put the upper on top. Ready? And up. Lower, lower. I'm not quite getting it. Let me draw it out for you. When you play an octaves, try to hear it this way. 6% on the bottom and 40% on the top. That's not 60-40, but you know what I'm talking about. So whenever you play octaves, this is how you want it to sound, and that will always give this full body. And it happens in every section, and it happens from one section to the next. So that's the rule of the octave. So that's why the low E flat is so important. Now, horns, would you play your first note? Actually, play the first eighth note horn. First eighth note. Ready? Play. Play the E flat on top. C. Who's got the low E flat? Is that one missing? Okay, got it. There's a low E flat in the fourth horn. Now, ready? Ready? Play your horn. Play octave horns again. And C E flat. Do you have a fourth horn part? Fourth horn player?
Well, do you have to?
Maybe we can get our hands on one because there's a fourth part there. Okay? Horns and trumpets in that bar. They'll play the notes as written. They have an eighth note before, a quarter note before you. 1, 2, ready, play. Again, 2, ready, play. Lower trumpets playing the E flat. Trumpets and cornets. Can you play 20% bigger? 1, 2, ready, go. Beginning, please, everybody stand. That's a little fanfare that needs to come through. Beginning. 1, 2, ready, play. Take a look at 38. Can you find that? Is it marked at?
Yeah.
38. Let's start one measure before 38. Ta-ya, 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 ta. Ta-ya, 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 ta. There, please. Okay, which is the second bar of the second ending. The second bar of the second ending, is that correct?
You mean one before 58?
One before what?
58?
Yeah, one before 58.
Okay.
Are you all measured, numbered?
Yes.
157. On the end of one. Start here. And 1, 2, 1. Let's try this. The poco a poco crescendo is not working correctly. Just the melody. Would you please play the melody? Melody, which would be flutes, picks, oboes, clarinet family, no bass clarinet, alto saxes, and the trumpets. Would you please play the melody? 1 and 1, 2, 1. Each segment is a 2-bar melody. Pala-tala-tala-ta, pala-tala-tala-ta. It's 2-bar melody. It's a 4-bar phrase, but 2-bar little structure. But each 2 bars get louder than the previous 2 before. So it's 2 bars, louder 2 bars, louder 2 bars, like so. 1, 2, a little slower. 1 and 2 and 1. Louder. Louder. Now he changes the articulation to give you maximum emphasis, and that's why you have the articulation pattern change to give you some help. So now can you start a little bit softer and make sure that the whole note takes a little bit of a crescendo. If I were you, I would think numbers. I would think level 2, level 4, level 6, and level 8. 2, 4, 6, they're kind of terrace dynamic. It'll go up from there. Again, the terrace. 1 and 2 and 1. If you tried it 2, it's going to be a lot softer than that. Get the sound started, don't be too aggressive. 1, 1 and 2 and 1. Make a sound, you're not making the sound. Ready? And play and 1. Taya, taya, taya. Taya, taya, taya. Taya, 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 ta. That's the sound that you're looking for. Taya, 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 ta. Taya, 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 ta. Got it? So it's a strike note and a rebound. Strike and rebound. Taya, taya, ta. 1, 1, 1 and 2 and 1. And 1. 1. And here. Louder. Stop there. Hold that last note, please. Ready? Play. Is it our friend the C concert? Yeah, it's the worst note in the world to play in the unison, isn't it? Ready? Play it and hold it. Ready? Play. Now, it has a tendency. On certain instruments, it tends to play flat. On certain instruments, it tends to play sharp. And on certain instruments, it's okay. But you got to know which one is yours and adjust to it. Okay? For an example, on the alto saxophone, it's the A natural, yes? And it tends to play 45 cents sharp. But on the trumpet, it's a D. It's the 5th posture, tends to play 40 cents flat. And flutes, yours tend to play sometimes typically a little sharp on your C's. So unless you make the adjustment, it's going to always haunt you. Put that note now, knowing where it's supposed to be placed. Because it won't get better on its own. Ready? Play. I'm past the point of telling kids to listen. It's as if they're not listening to start off with. So why do we tell them to listen? That's what they're doing to start off with. They're in the class to listen. So you have to know what to do in order to correct it. It's just like bowling. I'm not trying to throw the gutter ball. I'm just throwing gutter balls. And the guys on my team says, Alfred, don't throw gutter balls. And I say to myself, with my subconscious, what the hell do you think I'm trying to do? Stop throwing gutter balls, man. What do you think I'm trying to do? I came to the bowling alley to throw the ball in the gutter, not to get any points. So when I tell kids to listen, don't play out of tune, what you think they're trying to do? So what I'll try to do now is to give you some information. And this is really deep into my clinic on the within the first 30 minutes, which I think you're capable of that, because you know me a little bit. So you got to put the notes that are out of tune, you got to know where they are and put them there. Are they going to stay out of tune? So listening won't help you. All you hear is, I hear it's out of tune. Now I hear it's close because I'm doing my responsibility. Good. Everyone else at 58. Those instruments don't play. Percussion, you can play with this. 58 on the downbeat of it. Now your responsibility is the same. Level 2, let's call it level 2, level 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Each one of those repetitions is a little bit louder, okay? But 2 is pretty solid. 1, 2, and ready, and play, and 1. And a 1. And a 1. And a 1. And a 1. And thank you. Do it again. Would you do it again? Now, would you play the 4th note, which is the ending note, a little longer because it's the end of the phrase? Bum, 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 B. Bum, 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 B. Put a little length in the last note. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1. And 1. And 1. And 1. Thank you. On the snare drum, would you play 8th note taps for me, please? You're rushing the end of 1, and you're rushing the 3rd note. You're rushing the 1st note and the 3rd note together. When you get to the 4th note, you're way out of time. So don't rush the 1st note, and don't rush the 3rd note. You help us out. Ready, 2, ready, and go, and 1. Longer. Longer. Keep going. Louder. Louder. Good. Very good. Now do this for me. On your music. You should have done it, but you didn't do it. Would you put a lift note there? Put a lift note there, right in there. Feet, fa, fa, fee. Now, low brass, this is a lot harder than it looks like it is. Okay? What I'd like you to do also, low brass, is this, and percussion. I'd like you to do this on each one of them. See it? Percussion, you getting the same thing? Yes? What happens in your part of percussion, he puts a bass drum here to give you some emphasis. Is there a cymbal part in there, or is it just bass drum?
Just space.
Susan didn't write that much. Okay, he took the cymbal out. Okay. All right, well, Bryce, this is the tricky part. The first time you do this, start if 10 is your loudest volume, and let's just say 1 is your softest volume. This I'd like to be 2, crescendo to 3. And the next one is a 3, crescendo, 4. Then 4, crescendo to 5. That's really delicate. That's really minute. Okay? Because you're dealing with sound. So each one goes up just a little bit. Then you're creating a poco crescendo. And most importantly, go back and don't lose this. Beat, ba, ba, ba. Susan was a violinist. He liked classical music. So violinists, string players, almost always in the classical period play the last note of the phrase low brass, low woodwind, and percussion. I'll give you direction. It's your job to try to do it. And 1, 2, and ready, and go. And 1. And a 1. And You have a couple rows there? There you go. Yeah. Now he gave you the you smile, you go like, yeah, I'm just being lazy, he caught me. Yeah. He gave you the rollers to create that, at least he can tell you. That's why you have the rollers. So I caught you not using the rollers back there, you're being lazy. I'm gonna tell Paula when I see her. I knew Paula when she was in college. Wow. She taught my band camp. Good timpanists. 1, 1 and 2 and ready and play and 1. Longer. And up. And up. And up. That little passage, diggy-dap, 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 soft to loud. Soft to loud. Trumpets, soft to loud in that passage. Horn, soft to loud in that passage. Everyone, taking one bar before 58. On the cymbal, would you play your crash and your choke for me, just so I can see how you're doing it? Can you play it? Can you do it longer? Can you do it prettier? That's prettier. Yeah. It's a challenging part, surprisingly enough. It's a challenging part because you're going to choke it, and you got to make sure that the crash is right and the technique is right, and get it in here, and then you don't want to cut your arm off in the process of doing that. Okay, yeah. 57. Everybody's in? So what we got? Turtle and hares. This is fun. You watching me here from my Which program, which app is this, Gary?
It's just called Subdivide.
Thank you. I feel worse now. Go ahead, 1. How you get to subdivide?
Just like Dr. B.
1, 57, 1 and 2 and 1. Very, very good. Now, the upper winds, I'd like for you to play with a better tone quality. Da, 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 dee, it's a singing quality. It's a singing quality. Sousa always kept the song stylish with him. Whenever he toured, he always had a pretty lady singing the songs. Almost never a man. And he loved the voice, probably, in other parts, of real beautiful women. And I'll leave it at that. But that's the singing part. He loved the opera, he loved the opera. So he gives you a very operatic voice in his marching. Good. So, he's creating long sounds on the high instruments, da-da-da-da-da-da, long sounds, and short sounds on the low instruments to create contrast. Just contrast. It's like the dark colors here and the light color here creates contrast. It's not a big deal. We all see it every day. So he's creating that musically, so in order to create it musically, the long has to be long and the detached has to be detached. You play in the middle, it doesn't work, okay? And I'd like for the crescendo to go up to about a level 8. So you're taking it up to about a 5.5. Go up to an 8. However, it's difficult to keep the tonality of an 8 and make sure it stays in tone, isn't it? I'll take you all the way up to an 8. Again. And 1, 2, 1. No, you're capable of doing it, but I'll give you a graphic here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da. That's not the same volume. I'm up here now. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Then right here, I'm closer. And then the next time I get closer. And the next time I get closer. That's creating the crescendo. What you're doing is this. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. It's not making a difference in the world. When the parade passes you by, it comes like this. This is the era of the marching band. This is the march. So he's creating this, what a marching band does when you're standing here as a kid on the street looking for the band coming down the street, it creates this automatic crescendo as it gets closer to you. As my voice creates a decrescendo as I walk away from you. I'll speak the same volume, but my voice is getting softer. It's just a natural phenomenon. It's not a big deal. Get louder. With no more effort. So that's what this is. It's a parade that starts here, and when it's time to get louder, each segment, get louder. I'll show you one. Watch my hand go up. Is it going up?
No,
You sure?
it is.
Is it changing the world? No. Is it going up though? Yes. It's real subtle. In this case, it's not real subtle. Sousa led the Marine Band. This was in 1886. He was about 34 years old. This was his first big march. He didn't really write marches before the Gladiator. He wrote it for a guy in Boston that was a journalist. You go figure. But the journalist was really treacherous with his reviews, with his pen. So Sousa called him the Gladiator. So he wrote a really macho, tough Gladiator march for a journalist. Because the journalist could just slash you with his words. If he didn't like the politics, he was brutal with what he would say. Brutal. Yeah. So that's why the Gladiator existed. 1886, then the Semper Fidelis and the Washington Post, all those things came out. This is his first one. So you have to understand what you're playing, the technique you'll put in place after I leave, but the understanding is what I want to help you with this week. I'll help you. 1, 2, ready, 1, 2, ready, go, 1. 57, not 58. 57, not 58. And 1, 2, ready, go. Watch the comedian, they keep your attention because when they say something real funny and you laugh, you pay attention to them because you want to find out what's coming next. Yes? Yes. That's the whole nature of comedy, the whole nature of entertainment. What's coming up next that I want to see? How can it be riveting and it gets you real fast? So what you do in this section here is you create that big loud note and all of a sudden no one knows what's coming next. And then you put a little small chamber group together that forces the audience to listen. So it goes loud, 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 and it's really loud. So the loudest point, if you look at it, is a double F before 73. You see 2 bars before 73? He puts a double F there on that treacherous C concert, yes, in the trumpets and horns. So hold it 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, all the way to 1. And then the end of 1 starts the next little phrase there. Boom, 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 boom. It's a whole new idea. Whole new song. Same place again. I think we're getting closer. Those C's are kind of ringing out of tune, yes? The C's are out of tune. Can you feel them? And they get more out of tune the louder we play, yes? 1. We're at 50-something, 57. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1. You have three-quarter notes. Would you please play those? On the first inning, right there at the end, near the end, on the end of 1, you have be-la-la-la. You see them underneath the crescendo? Play those for me, please, wherever they are. All the little brasses, horns have them, and saxes have them, along with the bassoons. 1 and 2 and 1. 1, 2 and 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Play the last note and hold it. Ready? Play. It's our friend the C concert, yes? Ready? Play. It's flat on the tuba. It's flat. Ready? Ready? Play. Good. Trombones, baritones, and low trumpets, second, third trumpets. Can we put you in there also? You start to play on the end of 1 of the first inning when you have the A flat, B flat, B natural to C. That'll be your first note coming in. Right there, please. Add the little brasses to it. 1, 2, 1. Here I am. 1, 1 and 2 and 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Play the last note where it doesn't yak on you. Da, 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 da. Ready? 1, 2, 1. Put a dash on the last note, please. Y'all got pencils like crazy. Terrific. Ready? Ready? And 1, 2, 1. Play them note for note with me so we can work the crescendo. Ready? Soft. Louder. Louder. You're playing on a natural third trombone, and you're playing on the sharp third, so C natural is naturally flat. Again, same thing. Ready? Play. Put a +3 beside that note, or 3 plus either way, which will remind you to play on the sharp third. Okay? Then C comes in 2. 2 is put an up arrow on your C natural. You're forming put an up arrow on your C natural. I think it'll help you. 57, full band. In the bass drum, sir, can you tell now in the 57 section that every strike gets a little bit fuller, and then the roller makes sense. The roller says it's time for you to play in the cymbals, and then he's adding emphasis that way. Okay? Got it. There's a problem here. Snare drum. It's an editorial marking error. It's 72. 73, you have a piano.
Yes.
But you move it over 1 bar to 72.
Yes.
You've been worried about that anyway, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it's 71 when you start that roll. Give us the biggest, most clearest open roll you can create. A big open roll.
Right.
Yeah. Open rolls in marches, closed rolls in concert. When? 57, 57. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1. You sound delightful with no emotion. It's terrific with no emotion. Okay? It's just this flat line and it's boring as all get out. But it sounds great. It's like watching a PBS special with the sound down. It's really good. Pitch on the high def is real clear, and you may enjoy it until you battle at Gettysburg or something with sound down. It works. I love PBS, by the way. What happens is this toy creates a volume that we play to. Musicians play with other musicians, and this becomes a musician in the room too. So don't let this be a guide. See if I can change the sound, the volume level. Oh my gosh. I don't know this unit. Let's try. Does that help it? I figured it out. Here we go. Longer sounds in the clarinets here. Longer sounds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. downbeat, and the clicker moved to the upbeat, yes, you notice? Yeah. And you were annoyed with that, yes? Yes. And then you realize, well, the upbeat and the downbeat is just kind of, as long as I play with the upbeat, I'm okay. Right? So no, I want to play with, move it to the downbeat. It should be on the downbeat. Well, it works just as well on the upbeat. Time is time. It's up and down, correct? Granted, we got off by half beat. Yeah. Beginning of the march. Beginning of the march. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. To see how we were going to respond and what we could grow through. The good thing was is the things that we rehearsed came back and they felt really good. Some of the other sections, they felt a little thin. Did you sense a thinness to the other sections? They just simply need to be rehearsed so you can know what your responsibilities are. Okay? As a rule in this one, I could have a little bit more in the clarinet section, and it could be because of the carpet absorbing some of your sound, so I have to be a little careful with that. Would you take out Watch for Tulsa Tonight? Let's see a little bit about that. You sound terrific.
Oh, hello, Mark. How are you?
Broke it. I already messed up.
Really? It's right on the. It's right on the side.
Oh, it's so
Oh my gosh, Mark.
You know, I probably should have been like, Brett, that was very
And it was next to a particularly flat. It's like he like makes like a comment. And it was next to the worst saxophone player ever. And it's like, I've been like this.
They're teaching you to swear. If you swear, you get your attention. They're like,
This guy. Yeah.
How much time did you spend on this one?
this whole week, 3 days.
You busted pretty hard this week?
It's a beautiful song.
Tiffany, where are you? Okay. Triangulator, where are you? Okay. Chambler, where are you? Back there, I hear your voice screaming. Who's the Cortali expert? Thank you. Bells? Piano? Good. I haven't played this one in forever.
It's beautiful.
You know, I think I may have done the premiere on this.
What?
Yeah, Mark Camphouse sold this in 1996. It was the year that we took the symphonic band at Lassiter to the Midwest Clinic. We played it, it was almost in manuscript. And yeah, I think it may have been one of the, no, it probably wasn't the first. It probably was the first national performance. And I haven't done it in years, so it's good that you're doing it. It's a toughie. I do have a lot of Camphouse notes that I will share with you when he rehearsed it with, he didn't rehearse it with the band, he taught me through the score on numerous occasions. And it's a horror about the horrors of child abuse, written for the survivors of child abuse. And child abuse was a major conversation in 1996, 95, 96, when Camphouse wrote this piece. He wrote it about the survivors. And he left me with some words I'd like to share with you about the horrors of child abuse. And having just gone through Sandy Hook in Connecticut, all of us as a community of Americans, child abuse has gone to the second power. I mean, it's out of control now. But the horror of the survivors of it is kind of what this is about. Although this is child abuse, Mark sends his piece, Camphouse sends his piece around. The survivors of it could apply to any child that has been abused, such as the children at Sandy Hook that were in the classroom with their classmates that were being shot. It's not a pleasant thought at all, but it is a what? Reality, yes? It's not something that we are immune to. And this piece is based on the loneliness, the loss of innocence, hope, surviving yes or no, the shamefulness of child abuse, the honesty that goes along with it, and the compassion that goes along with being a survivor. When we played this in '96, we had an image of a little girl, and we used the imagery for our Watchman Tell Us of the Night, a little girl. Could have been a little boy just as well. We just chose a little girl. And the students would bring paper to class, and some days we would just have art class. So draw the face of a little girl. Some would put a little stick figure down there with a little dress on. And some kids would artistically draw a little girl, and some would have a little girl with tears on her face, and some would have a smile for hope. And we made it a full study of that. He centers it around the Thanksgiving hymn, "Come, ye thankful people, come," which is the centerpiece of the word. So would you start this piece at bar number 147? Come, you thankful people come. And in Camp House's fashion, he does not write a chorale in 4/4 time. I don't know why. I think he's just a little twisted in his basic nature. 147, everybody. 147. Come, you thankful people, come. And ready? Play. You get the feel for the chorale, yes. And when you play Camp House, you get a feel for Camp House. The piano. Would you play me a C octave here? And just a C chord with your right hand. That's perfect. Would you do it again for us? Now, Camp House's sound, Camp House is a pianist. He's a very fine pianist. Camp House's sound is not on the attack. It's after the instrument sounds. So I'll point to the sound that he's trying to create for us. It's kind of different, but it's highly intellectual as Mark Camp House is. So play it, and I'll point to the sound once it kind of collects itself up here. Well, that's the sound he's looking for. We, as instrumentalists, look for the attack sound because it gives us rhythm. The sound of Camp House is what I call the duration of the note. He's also a very, very fine trumpet player. And so because I know him, and Gary knows him, we all know him real, real well, we can help you with what he's trying to say. But he doesn't do things in 4/4 time. And I asked him, says, why do you do a 4/4 chorale and then put a 5/4 in it? He said, well, I want the note to be longer. Well, just give us a retard. I don't trust band directors. I said, okay. So he said he doesn't trust us. So that's why he'll put a syncopated pattern in a 3/4 time. D, D, D. He wants you to hear that. He wants to hear D, 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 as opposed to D, 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 which will be a natural retard in 4/4 time. And that's why the little 3/4s have a dotted quarter note to a dotted quarter note in it. He wants to emphasize both of the attacks. Now play 147 again. Would you play it up closer to a mezzo piano as opposed to the pianissimo? And try to put a body of sound underneath it. A full body and depth of sound. Body and depth here. Ready? 147. Mezzo piano-esque. Ready? And. Play the first note. Hold it. Ready? Listen. It's a chord that has nobility to it. Would you agree? Would you agree? It has strength?
Yes.
Yes? How does he do that? And play it with it feels stronger. Would you please? Just give it more depth, more core to your sound. Ready? And. Now he play the first note, play the chorale now. He takes the cadence to a place where it doesn't want to go. Okay? And up. Down. 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 You wouldn't expect to go to E major, coming from D major. You don't want to go to E major, the cadence. Again, so make sure you cadence it correctly. Ready? And play. piano. Now turn it into, let's do this next, very nice, this next section. Did you hear how he gives you the chord that dies away? The C major on the piano again, please, and just keep your foot down. Watch this. So it has a natural morindo. Natural morindo. It naturally dies away if we don't do anything. And so when he gives you these little cadences, he's asking for those sounds to die away. It's what you were doing a minute ago. And he was dying your way into the breath marking, which is silence. He's dying your way into silence. So those are editorial breath marking as opposed to need breath markings. He's thinking just like the piano. Let's do 161, please, on the Largamente. 161 on the Largamente. At the forte. 1, 2, ready, play. Don't get lost in the 6. 1, 2, 6, 4, 1, 60, 161, ready, louder. Tricky, yes? Again, you don't want to go there. Again, 1. Hang on for a second. It looks easy. This piece has 16 tempo changes in it and 78 meter changes. 78 meter changes. And all at the wrong time. Would you agree? Let's just barrel straight through it. 161. Low brass at 162. Would you write a 4 on the 8th rest? A 4. Saxophone likewise with you. Third clarinet likewise with you. In 162, write a 4 on the 8th rest. Snare drum, that'll happen to you too. A 4 on the 8th rest. So just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you play there. And it'll help you forever. Got it? It's going to help you out some. 161, we're in. More sound from the trumpets. 161, 1, 2, ready, go. Dramatic. Marching band personified. Let's take the last 2 bars into the Meno Mosso, please, at the 4-4. Last 2 bars into the Meno Mosso, at the 4-4 with the molto retardando, and a massive crescendo from the big instruments in the back. 2 bars before the Meno Mosso. We're in. 168 is where it started. 168. Ready? And up. Instruments, he wants you in the stratosphere because it's screaming. You can't create a scream down low. The scream has to be up. So he wants it to scream in the piccolo. He wants it to scream in the flute on top. Although it's difficult to play up there and play that way. But that's what he's asking for. I'd like to hear these instruments, please. The melody. Picks, flutes, oboes, clarinets, saxophones, trumpets, horns. Horns, please play. Oh, I'm a trumpet player too. 1, 2, ready, go. No light to the sound. Play your first note. Ready? Play. it's child abuse. Kids saying, get away from me. It's child abuse. What else can you say? Ma. East Cobb version of child abuse. Ma.
Not getting an iPhone? He's got a child abuse. You don't get an iPhone.
It's true. Come on, come on, East Cobbers. Let's go, snobs. I know the dude returning. Let's go. East Cobb snobs. Here we go. First note and hold it. Ready? And. More presents. Ready? Play. It's got those, some nasty fifth. Push the lower note down and push the upper note up. Ready? Let's try it. Some nasty fifth. Ready? And. Now look at his editorial mark from there to diminuendo mosso, what he tells you to do with the volume. The worst thing you want to do is crescendo, yes? Yes. Come on, iPhone group. Let's go. One. Mr. Gribble calls it out. 1, 2, ready, play. Now look at your part. You have dotted quarter, 16th quarter, and the dotted quarter note, the next quarter note is going to be longer than 2 counts because he's kind of in a molto retardando. You see it? So the quarter top to quarter is going to be a very, very long note because it's not only is a retardando, it's a molto, so it's a big one. So that 2 count note is going to feel like it's forever. Got it? Again, so you got to really stretch. Are you beating something? I mean, slapping something, I heard some noise. You okay? Okay. Is it not working? Is it making you angry? Why don't you throw it down and kick it? It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. No. You're not from East Cobb County. It's a good thing. You drive down mine. 1, 2, ready, go. It's crescendo, yes? Yes. Well, where is it? 1, 2, ready, play. Aaron Copeland open 5th, open 4th chord, yes? That's Copeland that's he's calling for. Again, it's tough here, Mr. Watkins. It's hard to play, I know. He's really hard to play into. Ready? That's your job in our league. 1, 2, ready, go! Just tune down on that, tune down. Listen down and tune down. That's a good idea. Now everyone else please play 2 bars before that point. We're starting at 168 on the 4/4. Ready? No percussion yet. And here we go, everyone else. Not those instruments. Ready? And play. Again, ready? And play. Da. Don't retard yet. I just want to get even time. 1, 2, no retard. Ready? Play. No retard. He's way down here on the piano. As the piccolo's way up here, you're way down here. And that's really hard to play. Those are called extreme registers, and they're difficult to play in. Anyone can play in the cash register. Cash register? Yeah, in the middle register. These are the cash registers. Middle register, scholarship. Anybody plays here, most people can't play here. Middle register, cash register. Okay? Again, got it? 1, 2, that means money. Ready? Play. More volume of air. Fast air plays high, volume of air will keep the pitch down. Yes, you've heard it before? Add the percussion to it now. You're going to help us a lot. We're starting at 168 percussion. You have a very important, easy part. 1, low instruments and percussion. 2, ready, go. as it goes up, this is that one, okay? 161, full house is in. 161. No, let's call it 168. 168, full ensemble. 1, 2, 168. Ready? Go. Now go back to 147. 147. 147. Yeah. Remember the piano. Yes? Remember the piano. So when you get to that note, you have to listen for the whole band to come down with you. Again. Remember the piano decrescendo. Let's start by Erlenmeyer Mosso 170. 170. One, 2, ready, play. 170 again. 1, 2, 170, play. Personality 177. Let's just plow through this for a minute. 173. 173. We're in 3. 1, ready, play. Let's do 173 without this. 173, ready, play. 174, second, third, clarinets, alto sax, tenor sax, horns, and trombones. 174. Ready? Ready? And play. 2. Keep playing. And 1. Thank you. Thank you. Now, let me help you out just a bit. Because obviously we're not real comfortable rhythmically. We're close. On the first eighth rest in 172, write in a 2. On the first eighth rest, trust me, write in a 2. And the next, on the first eighth rest of 174. Thank you. 174. Thank you, Tim, both looking confused. Put in a 2 on that first eighth rest. So you'll play 2, da 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 da. The next measure, write in a 3 on the eighth rest. Coming after 3, it'll help you. In the next measure, which is 177, write in a 1 on the eighth rest. And that will give you your triggers. You know when not to play, when to play. Understand? Okay? Here we go. 174. 174. Just the 16th note group. Ready? Play. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 3, 1. Good. What he's doing, he's starting you off this way with one note, and then by the time you get to the end of the 16th note passage, you have what we call a tonal cluster. Tonal cluster. I'll show you. Yeah, he's starting you off this way. He starts you off here. He goes to a cluster to create tension. So the whole notion of child abuse is simplicity. I'm okay by myself. And then all of a sudden, life is not happy. And he goes back to hope. Then he goes back to leave me alone. Then he goes back to hope. Then he goes even more tense. That's where he goes. He goes again. So eventually he gives you this. That's the horror of child abuse. Beach cop. No iPhone. But child abuse is here. He starts off quite simple every time. And so with his symbolism and his notation, he's doing this. So creates this. Darn it. Ugly. And now he put it in notation for you. So you have to understand that the clarity of it and the strength of it is the essence of it. Other than that, you're just playing notes on Friday night. Who wants to do that? Okay, let's do 174. Just the 16th note voice, 174. And those of you that are not playing, the best place in the house is to listen to see how the piece is constructed. Okay? The immature ones say, I just want to play. You're in a band too high. You should be in another band. Ready? Ready? We're 174. Ready? And. Get it. Now, play loudly. Ready? Ready? And play. Loudly. There it is. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. There's a beauty to that sound. So he's telling you, I want it to be thick and tense. You pull back, the sound doesn't work. Okay? Again, ready? I click it up. Are you ready? And 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. So hold on. 3 and 1. Play into the distance with more sound rather than backing off of the distance with less sound. And then the other instruments help out here in just a minute. Let's take everyone now, one bar before that, which will be 173. Everybody in, including percussion. 173. The timpani is the key to the time, yes? It gives the timpani, do a little slower. Timpani has the drum. 1.
Touchy, nerdy little thing.
There we go. I like it. 173. Ready? Ready? And play. Again. 173. Ready? And play. is going saxophones, altos, and tenors. Can we get more sound for your mezzo forte? I know he's called for mezzo forte. I just think it needs more sound in the altos and tenors. We did those articulations. 173. Come on, folksers. 173. Ready? And now, 181 is everybody's in. 181. 181. 1 with authority. 2 with sound. Play. Section. Not bad at all. Let's do this. Give you a little break. It's been a long day. Maybe 10 minutes. We'll come back in 10. Yeah. 10-minute break. We'll come back in about 10 minutes.
Because I said my little.
He was like,
Awesome.
What's the rest of the bag?
Do I just click pop?
If I have Rachel's watch. Okay.
Now, what Camp House encourages us to do is to have the tempos in proportion. So there's a lot of little tempo changes. So if you look at the third bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the fifth bar you have a stringendo, and he wants it to be passionate. And a stringendo means moving forward. So he wants the tempo to move forward. So it starts from the fifth bar of the phrase, it moves forward. What I'm going to help you to do is fifth bar, sixth bar, seventh bar connects to the eighth bar, which is bar 188. So it goes here, it intensifies in speed, rushes, and then he relaxes it on the whole note and the decrescendo. So in the whole note of 189, would you write in retard, R-I-T, underneath the bar line. In 188, write in a retard. So now your stringendo or your accelerando, it really kind of feels like a stringendo is the energy gets fast, so the accelerando and the crescendo at the same time. That's what he's created there. Let me help you out. I'd like to hear all the woodwinds with the exception of the saxophones and the trumpets and the trombones. Starting 181. You should have a similar chorale. 1, 2, 3, go. Make sure you don't pinch in the upper registers, so if you play it in tune, you're not playing it in tone and it doesn't match. So playing in tune isn't always the key. Playing it in tone and in tune blends and matches. Playing it, so if you have your tuner there, you say, I'm in tune, the rest of them are not. You can be out of tone and you'll still create the waves. I'll try to give you a little quick demonstration. Play me give me just a second. Hope it works with you. I knew you as players it would be easier. Play me third space. We have two clarinets that are in tune. Theoretically, if that tones match, it should work. Play. So you can hear the waves. So I'll have one person play louder or softer to get it to match. But they're both tuned to this just fine. But we created waves when we played together. Play yours. The second one played in tune, but it was out of balance. So I had him to play a little louder, and you saw the waves go away. But we tested it a minute ago, and they were perfectly in tune. But they were out of balance to each other. So their sounds didn't match. So this is critical, but only if you really are terribly interested in improving your eyesight. It helps with that. But they were perfectly in tune. We'll try it again. Now, he's quick enough and sharp enough a musician to match it the very next time because he's really bright musically and intellectually, I can just tell. So I'm going to have you to perfectly play softer. It should get worse. Understand now? That's 37 years of working and working with instruments. So sometimes when you don't play and balance the next player, it creates waves. Got it? Now play your high C. Now play softer. So what do we do? They're in tune. Look fuller. It's not you. He could be playing just as sharp. You could be playing it too. So don't get frustrated with that. It's the worst known instrument to play. It doesn't get any worse than the C. That's why I went there. But it could be that I would have you to play softer and you to play softer because you're maybe a little more vibrant. The tone could be different. So that's just, it's a matter of matching tone as opposed to intonation. So good. You did very, very strong play. Good. Thank you. With that as the moral of the story, those same instruments play now again because you're playing the correct notes, but the intonation isn't matching and the tones aren't matching and it doesn't sound always great. And here we are. 181, 181. 181, same instruments. Ready? Blow your phone in. Ready? And play. Try to balance things just a little bit. Almost, can you push yours down a little bit and play your sound a little fatter? Piccolo, push yours down a little bit and play it with a broader tone. We're in again. One. Second trombone, you play a little bit fuller, and third play a little bit fuller. See if it helps. Ready? Ready? And play. If you look at your part, 181, 2, 3, 4, 5. 85 is tricky because it has to lead to 6. D, da, da, la, la, da, 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 da. So that little stringendo leads right into the triple. So he's creating faster motion by using faster rhythm. And that gives you the energy of it getting more anxious. That's what he's trying to do. Everyone else at 181, everyone else. 1, 2, Ready and play. Big toe. Third bar, alto sax, tenor sax, horn 1, horn 3, and euphonium in the third bar. 1, 2, have an eighth note, and play. Now, I won't rehearse that tonight, but at 187 and 188, euphoniums, second and fourth horns, tenor saxophone, and first bassoon at 187. Those in 188, you have to get that part under control. That's the tougher part there. Got it? So I won't rehearse it now, but that part is we'll test it. Everyone at 181, full group. 181? Give a half note and a quarter tied to dotted eighth note, please play. 189, half note, quarter, dotted eighth note, please play. Ready? And play. Now make sure you have a nice clear sound on every tone, and the body of the note is good. Again, not just the attack, the body of the note is good. And ready, and go. Wide. Yeah, don't go high in the Spanish when biting down. It's something you really have to work on. It's good. It's pretty close. If you have a whole note, please play the first bar. If you have a whole note at 189, play. This is the bass line. Ready, and play. Same place again. He's got those low trumpets in the low brass choirs that play out just a little bit. He wants to get a different timbre. Again, 189, a little less than the timbales if you would. Ready, and play. Now, the beautiful counter melody in the tenor saxophone, the French horns, and the euphonium. You please play the melody, harmony, bass line, counter melody. 1, 2, and ready, and play. So it's the same articulation one. Da, dee, la, dee, la, dee, la. Then you push in a slur. Again. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Play first note. Next note. and 1. Third bar, beat ba yi on the octave. Ready? Beat ba yi. Ready? And play. And just 3 notes. Beat ba yi. Ready? And play. And ready? Again. And I won't rehearse it now because it's late at night, but that's got to be rehearsed out. You make sure all those notes are in place. And it's got an octave that is really difficult to execute. Everyone now, please, at 189. Full band. In the key of G major, which is not a real friendly key for all of us. G major, 189. Ready? And play. Trombones and alto tenor sax put a 4 on that first 8th fret. Well, 197. 1. Same group, sorry. 2. Ready, go. 4. Very good. Very open, nice open force and fifth. Trombones at 199. Don't be afraid to go back in. You understand? 199. You take care of what they can push you right back in at 199 with a fortissimo on the D and the G. But you come back in at fortissimo. Would you add to this group, add to it yet still, tuba, baritone, piano, timpani, and bass drum. Something 197, and bass sax, and bassoon, and bass clarinet. What we're looking for is the end of 6 in the second bar. You have an accented note, and that's the really cool note. The bass drum comes in there, and the timpani has an accent there, and the piano has an accent there. Add to that, please. 1, 1. All the harmony, counter melody, and I'll add the sheen on top in just a second. 1, 2, 197, play. That's the really important part. The end of the 6, the bass drum did a great job. So did the timp. That can use more sound from the tuba, more sound from the euphonium on the accent and stuff when they're playing. Once again, please. 197. And the trumpets and oboes to a general melody. 197. And trumpets, oboes, no third. 1, 2, ready, go. You must speak in the trumpet. Make sure you speak. 1, 2, ready, play. Now at 200, everybody played 200, including the people that were tacit a minute ago. Everyone played 200. 200. 1, 1, ready, play. 200 goes beautifully to 201, and the bass drum and timpani have a really strong note on beat 2. We're trying to rehearse 200, going to its cadence at 201 to give the bass drum and timpani some space to come on beat 2. Here we go. 200. Everyone's got a crescendo. Ready? Ready and set. That's a big boom. I have in my part, Camp House says, give it a boom. So the timpani part is probably underwritten as a forte. He probably wants to double that. The bass drum part's underwritten. You have the forte. It probably should be double that. Okay? Now, the high stuff. If you have a whole note, the high woodwind, if you haven't played, please play your part. 197. Clarinet, flutes. All of you, Paris flute. 2. Ready? Play. All he wants is this sheen of sound, and in the second bar it dissipates without losing tone, without losing depth of tone. If you lose depth of tone, you're gonna lose pitch. Okay, so bring it down. I will speed the vibrato up just a little bit. Sounds great, a little faster. Here we go. 97. A nice expression, then it comes down. Like an applause, it starts and then it kind of dissipates. That's all it is. Ready? And. Wherever the lower note is in the second flute and third clarinet, can you play that up just a little bit? When they come down, they'll come down and play. 197, we're all in with the vibrancy of the trumpet section. 197, trumpets have the lead. We're the first trumpets, by the way. Taking the seconds. All right. Go. 1, 2, ready, go. Come play. 1, 1, 2, ready, play. Yeah. Back one, look at your notes. Okay, now play again. 1, 2, ready, go. What body level does it feel like you're playing? I'll start with you. What's it feel like? What's your body say to it is?
I mean, it says working.
I understand. Well, I don't mean to challenge you, but the life of the umbrella. What does it feel like you're playing?
Probably.
Okay, that's so what does it feel like? See, that's so forte. To be honest, I appreciate it. What does it feel like? Not quite forte. Thank you. Mezzo forte. Good. Thank you. Okay, now, what does the part call for? Fortissimo. So let's try to play it what it feels like fortissimo. Trumpet. I can't believe I'm asking trumpet players to try to think of playing fortissimo of all the instruments in the world. It's just incongruent with the notes in front of you. I trumpet players. There's a certain feel that your body has to go through when you play a certain register. Now play what feel like a fortissimo in that register. Imagine that no one else is in the room. You know what? If you'll help me, would you do a little chit chat to your neighbor? But not where anyone can hear it except you. Create a little chit chat. One, 2, ready, and. Keep chit chat. Don't listen to them. 1, 2, ready, fanfare.
No shoes? I just did not want to wear my boots anymore, so I just gave up. Give me my boots. Footies. Like which one? I remember the joke. Upstairs. What did you do? The door. Mom had to grab her. One's like a dog. Right there. Yeah, exactly. Just like a dog.
197, everybody's in.
Where's the other one?
197, 4-band.
right. That's why you're singing.
I thought I just saw like your read off your mouth. It's just like.
That's bad. It's a. I'm gonna wash your camera.
Third clarinet is playing a note, ready? The D and the A. Yeah, I just didn't hear. Every note contributes. Second clarinet play your note in bar 4 seconds. Like, put your G down. There it is. That throat tone G is going to lay a little bit higher, yes, so just push wherever you push it down. I would suggest 2 players and 2 players, as opposed to one. Are you doing 2 players, 2 players?
Yeah.
One on each note, is that what you're doing?
We're doing 1 and 2.
Like upper.
Do 1 and 1. 1 and 1 in this opening. Yeah, and you do 1 and 1 back there. Percussion. Percussion. Try to feel the time. If you go percussion, try to feel the time. Even, even, even. Just percussion. Beginning. You have 2 notes there, bell, octave. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the bell, you've got a couple notes here. Try again. Yeah. Play your part on the piano. Just those 2 notes. Yeah, continue. Remember when you were a kid and they had, it's gonna be generational. Those little kids, they had these little toy pianos. You know, octave. Just the upper register of the piano, and you play it. You may vaguely remember. Is that generational? Is it?
No, they're big.
I didn't know. My son is 27 and 24, so I didn't know. I don't remember toys anymore. So do you think Mark Camp House, if you writing a piece about child abuse and the horrors of child abuse and the survivors of child abuse, do you think he had that in mind? Yeah. We wrote the piece for his twin daughters that were 6, 5 or 6. Wrote the piece with his twin daughters in mind, and they are college graduates now. So now you kind of get, so now why did he use that particular interval in the Doreen Rose? Anything that you can conjure up with your imagination, thank you, is what he probably did as a composer. Does it make sense? Is it logical? We just left the fantasy land a week or 2 ago, and the whole thing is based on, and the park is based on fantasy and imagination. Yes. So when you play music, especially if you're going to invest $850 on Friday night, you best use your imagination. Because you can't enjoy it if your job is to play a B natural and a G, then play a D. Who wants to do that? You can do that at home. So be in a place where you can have the spirit of music and enjoy it by using your imagination. Now, when Camp House comes in February, he may talk to you about that, and then my story may not be worthy at all. But at least I'm using my imagination, yes? And so you'll have something of an image to the piece, and it comes to life. Okay? That's like Pinocchio. Let's take the full man out. With that said, count your parts. Ready? And everybody. Your four. We'll try clarinets here. Simply simple. That's quick. Now beat 2 the 3/4 time. Beat 2 the 3/4 time. Beautiful, big, beautiful sounds. Here's beat 1. B at east. Here we go. You go, yeah, I got that. 2, 3, and 1. Euphoniums and lower horns and tenor saxophones have some eighth notes there. Ready? 3, 2, 3, and 1. Take your time. Ready? And 1. Now, don't let your sound go, oh, don't do that. Don't hold it down and just have that little skeletal of a sound. Good. Let's do it right. Let's do, please. You sound great. Let's do bar 13. Did you find 13, everybody? 13. Now, we've got this lovely flute, alto saxophone duet that's just floating along here. And all of a sudden, he has an army of people, but we can't create that much sound. He's changing the texture and not the volume. And all of a sudden, he goes into a stringendo, which is kind of an accelerando. You see where it says stringendo molto? Is it 5 bars before, 3 bars before 18? He goes into a stringendo molto, yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes? So he's speeding the tempo up. Then he does it much more. He goes a little accent, yakada. And then he says, molto allegando, which is what the big chorale comes in. Big allegando here. Then it's 7 side. Let's start it at 10. I won't go back that far. 10. Everybody's in. Playing the things to do it. 10. I'll help you with the sign language here to get you through it. 10. Ready? And. non-DIM, non-diminuendo, I would suggest a little crescendo. That'll keep it alive. I have a notation of the arrow. 10 again. Because for this part to be simple, it's supposed to be simple. He'll tell you exactly how he likes it to play when he comes in. I would imagine he wants a minimal amount of vibrato, something that sounds very childlike, which is not very artistic, not very sophisticated. It's all very simple. The pencil is simple. It's just something simple, as opposed to a pen with a lot of ornamentation on it. So there's both kinds of, yours is more complicated than mine. Hold the pencil up. Yeah, so yours is, mine is simple, yours is not quite that. Fancy, fancy. Yeah, these copies go. Here we go, 10. What do you look like? On 10, ready, and 10, simple. Okay, you have to go down. That's a breath marking for style purposes. Let it go again. Okay, you'll work together to get a feel for that. Again, at 10. I'll just keep the meter straight for those who kind of rest. 4, 10. I'll keep it even. Easy first clarinets. 2, easy here. 3. My mistake. I'll give the first clarinet. 13, please. 13. Thank you for the 13, and. Look fuller, and. That happen all of this within one bar line. So it takes a little while to work through it. But our time is up, and I won't go past this point. I think we're at 9 o'clock. The first night of camp, the rehearsal is always struggling. And you didn't struggle tonight. I was enthusiastic about that. I've done these camps for 27, 28 years. And the Friday rehearsal is always tough because it's becoming the end of the school day. And the tomorrow morning block should be the best time because we're all fresh and just we know each other. We moved the seats around a little bit, and it sounds a little different. It'll take a little while to get accustomed to it. Percussion, if you would, when we started the morning block, would you set up your instruments exactly where they are now, but put them here? Put them here as they let them face the ensemble. And then you can hear what you're trying to accomplish. And I may even shift the winds back a little bit, but the percussion instruments, see exactly where they are now, just facing in this direction, so you can hear. And we'll put the group in a kind of a round. Well, thank you, posters. I enjoyed my visit. And this is a good first.
Told you you'd have not a bag, like one. 9 to 5 tomorrow. You start in section rehearsals tomorrow morning. So you'll report to the rooms scattered everywhere from the 100 hall all the way back to the 400 hall. Posted everywhere. Get here early enough. You'll have to take these music stands with you to those rooms. There are no extra music stands anywhere. So bring these with you to your section rooms. Then bring them back to your full ensemble rehearsal. You will be on at 10 o'clock. They're here from 9 to 10 in sections, then full ensemble 2. Make sure that you bring your lunch tomorrow. There will not be time to leave and go anywhere and leave campus. You don't need to anyway. And we're going to be taking the honor band and all state photos and all those things for the yearbook during that block of time. So we need you here. All right, so make sure that you are available for whatever they're doing with the yearbook and the yearbook photos and everything else that's going on. Okay? Make sure you pick up around the room. If you leave anything, you brought water bottles or whatever, make sure you clean up and pick up. And remember tomorrow and over the course of the weekend to take the time to appreciate those that are working with you. You're going to have a whole crew of like 13 or 14 people here tomorrow, in addition to your conductors that are spending their weekend. Some of them, this is their 3-day weekend too, and they're spending it here working with us rather than sitting around doing whatever they want to do at home. All right? So make sure you acknowledge and appreciate those that came and gave their time to work with you. That's it. We are done. We will see you.
You know, let me tell you something. I do bands a lot. And I'm all over the country, and I'm in every band in Cobb County somewhere during the year. There's something that's special, always been special about Polk. The students are always warmer, kinder, always bring us, always, I don't mean most of the time, always. I'm going back to '87. And it's scary. He's always treated his students with courtesy, encouraged them to be leaders, encouraged them to clean up behind themselves. And they've always been very good individually and collectively. Always. That's the quarter of a century. That's not like we didn't get good last year. But there's always something special about the Polk kids. And just keep doing it. You don't understand. You don't have a way of understanding. You're too young to understand that this doesn't happen other places in the county, metro Atlanta area, state, or region. Friday night, 9 o'clock. But to keep on keeping on. You're in an unusual place and you have unusual opportunities. So I love working with you, but I want to tell you that because no one else really can tell you that, because no one else has been a next door neighbor for since '87. And so keep going and keep pushing along and keep putting up behind yourself. I tell my kids the same thing. It's the same child, just in a different community. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you, y'all.
Everything.
In sectional, get those parts worked out. The ones that are 16th notes to 8th notes, triplets and stuff.
Hope you're having a good time.
Where are we going?
I didn't think you guys.
Every single band kid in the folk.
Those pictures are now going to be I need Sarah Kingsley. Because I need to know if she had her phone. I sent her this picture and I was like, my feels, because I was so unbelievably bored. Why did I get that? I thought about it, but I didn't know you had your phone.
Sneak my way in, just push and shove.
I should have.
Get out of my way!
I'm so excited. I have to go be creepy somewhere else. And then Chocolate Girl.
Magic Man chaos.
Still recording.
I think Turner's gonna have us at this game to analyze. Hello, Francis.
Yes, I saw him. And now I'm getting back. Distracted. Tired. I went to bed at like 1.
I mean, look at that.
How's it too, Stuart? Yeah, that was great.
He's 5'6", I'm 5'7".
Are you singing?
Still recording?
Now, what Camp House encourages us to do is to have the tempos in proportion. So there's a lot of little tempo changes. So if you look at the third bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the fifth bar you have a stringendo, and he wants it to be passionate. And a stringendo means moving forward. So he wants the tempo to move forward. So it starts from the fifth bar of the phrase, it moves forward. What I'm going to help you to do is fifth bar, sixth bar, seventh bar connects to the eighth bar, which is bar 188. So it goes here, it intensifies in speed, rushes, and then he relaxes it on the whole note and the decrescendo. So in the whole note of 189, would you write in retard, R-I-T, underneath the bar line. In 188, write in a retard. So now your stringendo or your accelerando, it really kind of feels like stringendo is the energy gets fast, so the accelerando and the crescendo at the same time. That's what he's created there. Let me help you out. I'd like to hear all the woodwinds with the exception of the saxophones and the trumpets and the trombones. Only 181. You should have a similar chorale. 1, 2, 3, go. Particularly comfortable. So make sure you don't pinch in the upper registers. So if you play it in tune, you're not playing it in tone and it doesn't match. So playing in tune isn't always the key. Playing it in tone and in tune blends and matches. Playing it, so if you have your tuner there and you say, I'm in tune, the rest of them are not, you can be out of tone and you'll still create the waves. Okay? I'll try to give you a little quick demonstration. Play me give me just a second. Hope it works with you. If I knew you as players, it would be easier. Put your third space. clarinets are in tune. Theoretically, if that tones match, it should work. Play. So you can hear the waves. So I'll have one person play louder or softer to get it to match. But they're both tuned to this just fine. But we created ways when we played together. Play yours. The second one played in tune, but it was out of balance. So I had him to play a little louder, and you saw the waves go away. But we tested it a minute ago, and they were perfectly in tune. But they were out of balance to each other. So their sounds didn't match. So this is critical, but only if you really are terribly interested in improving your eyesight. It helps with that, but they were perfectly in tune. We'll try it again. Now he's quick enough and sharp enough a musician to match it the very next time because he's really bright musically and intellectually, I can just tell. So I'm going to have you to perfectly play softer. It should get worse. Understand now? That's 37 years of working and working with instruments. So sometimes when you don't play and balance the next player, it creates waves. Got it? Now play your high C. Now play softer. So what do we do? They're in tune. Look fuller. No, it's not you. He could be playing just as sharp, and you could be playing it too. So don't get frustrated with that. It's the worst known instrument to play. It doesn't get any worse than the C. That's why I went there. But it could be that I would have you to play softer and you to play softer because you're maybe a little more vibrant. The tone could be different. So it's a matter of matching tone as opposed to intonation. So good. You did very, very strong players. Good. Thank you. With that as the moral of the story, those same instruments play now again because you're playing the right, correct notes, but the intonation isn't matching and the tones aren't matching and it doesn't sound always great. Okay, here we are. 181, 181. 181, same instruments. Ready? Blow your phone in. Ready? And play. Try to balance things just a little bit. Almost, can you push yours down a little bit and play your sound a little fatter? Piccolo, push yours down a little bit and play it with a broader tone. We're in again. One. Second trombone, you play a little bit fuller, and third play a little bit fuller. See if it helps. Ready? Ready? And play. Stringendo leads at least right into the triple. So he's creating faster motion by using faster rhythm. And that gives you the energy of it getting more anxious. That's what he's trying to do. Okay? Everyone else at 181, everyone else. 1, 2, ready, and play. Horn 1, horn 3, and euphonium in the third bar. 1, 2, have 8 notes, and play. Now, I won't rehearse that tonight. 187 and 188. Euphoniums, second and fourth horns, tenor saxophone, and first bassoon in 187. Those in 188, you have to get that part under control. That's the tougher part there. Got it? So I won't rehearse it now, but that part is looked at. Everyone at 181, full group. 181. First note. Body. Ready? And play. And. Ready? Again. And. Yeah, I won't rehearse it now because it's late at night, but that's got to be rehearsed out. We make sure all those notes are in place. And he's got an octave that is really difficult to execute. Everyone now, please, at 189. Full band. In the key of G major, which is not a real friendly key for all of us. G major, 189. Ready? And play. Trombones, and alto tenor sax, put a 4 on that first 8th fret. Well, 197. 1, same group, sorry. 2, ready, go. You take care of what they can, they push you right back in at 199 with a fortissimo on the D and the G. But you come back in at fortissimo. Would you add to this group, add to it yet still, tuba, baritone, piano, timpani, and bass drum. Starting at 197, add Barry sax, and bassoon, and bass clarinet. What we're looking for is the end of 6 in the second bar. You have an accented note, and that's the really cool note. The bass drum comes in there, and the timpani has an accent there, and the piano has an accent there. Add to that, please. One. All the harmony, counter melody, and I'll add the sheen on top in just a second. 1, 2, 197, play. From the tuba, what sound from euphonium on the accent note when they play it. Once again, please. 197. And the trumpets and oboes to a general melody. 197. And trumpets, oboes, no third. 1, 2, ready, go. You must speak in the trumpet. Make sure you speak. 1, 2, ready, play. Everybody played 200, including the people that were tacit a minute ago. Everyone played 200. 200. 1, ready, play. Goes beautifully to 201, and the bass drum and timpani have a really strong note on beat 2. We're trying to rehearse 200, going to its cadence at 201 to give the bass drum and timpani some space to come on beat 2. Here we go. 200. Everyone's got a crescendo. Ready? Ready and set. That's a big boom. I have in my part, Camp House says, give it a boom. So your timpani part is probably underwritten as a forte. He probably wants a double F. The bass drum part's underwritten. You have the forte. It probably should be double F. Okay? Now, the high stuff. If you have a whole note, the high woodwind, if you haven't played, please play your part. 197. Clarinet, flutes. All of you need parasol flutes. 2. Ready? Play. All he wants is this sheen of sound, and in the second bar it dissipates without losing tone, without losing depth of tone. If you lose depth of tone, you're gonna lose pitch. Okay, so bring it down. I will speed the vibrato up just a little bit. Sounds great, a little faster. Here we go. 97. A little nice expression, then it comes down. Like an applause, it starts and then it kind of dissipates. That's all it is. Ready? And. Wherever the lower note is in the second flute and third clarinet, can you play that up just a little bit? When they come down, they'll come down and play. 197, we're all in with the vibrancy of the trumpet section. 197, trumpets have the lead. We're the first trumpets, by the way. Take the second. All right. Go. 1, 2, ready, go. Stop it, but I want you to play when I know I'm going to fix it. Play the part trumpets. First and second. I'm not going to challenge you, I'm just going to help you. And ready, play. Great. Would you turn your stand 90 degrees to your left or to the right? 1, 2, ready, play. Look at your nose. Now play again. 1, 2, ready, go. What body level does it feel like you're playing? I'll start with you. What does it feel like? What's your body say to it is?
I mean, it says working.
I understand. Well, I don't mean to challenge you, but the life of the umbrella. What does it feel like you're playing?
Probably.
Okay, that's so what does it feel like? That's so forte. To be honest, I appreciate it. What does it feel like? Not quite forte. Thank you. Mezzo forte. Good. Thank you. Okay. Now, what does the part call for? Fortissimo. So let's try to play it what it feels like fortissimo. Trumpet. I can't believe I'm asking trumpet players to try to think of playing fortissimo of all the instruments in the world. It's just incongruent with the notion of the I trumpet players. There's a certain feel that your body has to go through when you play a certain register. Now play what feels like a fortissimo in that register. Imagine that no one else is in the room. You know what? If you'll help me, would you do a little chit chat to your neighbor? But not where anyone can hear it except you. Create a little chit chat. 1, 2, ready, and. Keep chit chat. Don't listen to them. 1, 2, ready, fanfare.
No shoes? No shoes. I just did not want to wear my boots anymore, so I just gave up. Give me my boots.
Like that trying to attack.
Just wanted to give it the joke.
Ran upstairs. What did you do? The door. Mom had to grab her.
One's like a dog. Right,
Yeah, exactly. Just like a dog.
197, everybody's in.
Where's the other one?
197, 4-band. Don't let it die away in you. I won't rehearse that. That's tomorrow. Play the very beginning of the piece now. You telling me you're born with me?
Never.
Yeah, you are. It's okay.
You smell really bad, Tyler. You didn't say it, that's why you're saying it. I thought I just saw like you read off your mouth. You're just like.
That's bad. It's okay. I'm gonna wash your camera.
Third tennis player note, ready? The D and the A. Yeah, I just didn't hear. Every note contributes. Second tennis player note in bar 4, seconds. Right. Put your G down. There it is. That throat tone G is going to lay a little bit high here, so just push wherever you push it down. I would suggest 2 players and 2 players, as opposed to one. Are you doing 2 players, 2 players?
Yeah.
One on each note, is that what you're doing?
We're doing 1 and 2.
Like upper.
Do 1 and 1. 1 and 1 in this opening. Yeah, and you do 1 and 1 back there. Percussion. Percussion. Try to feel the time. If you go percussion, try to feel the time. Even, even, even. Just percussion. Beginning. You have 2 notes there, bell, one per towel. Oh, sorry, yeah, the bell, you got a couple notes here, try again, yeah. Play the part on the piano, those 2 notes. Yeah, continue. Remember when you were a kid and they had, it's gonna be generational. Those little kids, they had these little toy pianos. You know, octave. Just the upper register of the piano. When you play it, you may vaguely remember. Is that generational? Is it?
No, they're
I didn't know. My son is 27 and 24, so I didn't know. I don't remember toys anymore. So do you think Mark Camp House, if he's writing a piece about child abuse and the horrors of child abuse and the survivors of child abuse, do you think he had that in mind? We wrote the piece for his twin daughters that were 6, 5 or 6. Wrote the piece with his twin daughters in mind, and they are college graduates now. So now you kind of get, so now why did he use that particular interval in the Dorian modes? Anything that you can conjure up with your imagination, thank you, is what he probably did as a composer. Does it make sense? Is it logical? We just left the Fantasyland a week or two ago. And the whole thing is based on, and the park is based on fantasy and imagination, yes? So when you play music, especially if you're going to invest $8.50 on Friday night, you best use your imagination. Because you can't enjoy it if your job is to play a B natural and a G, then play a D. Who wants to do that? You can do that at home. So be in a place where you can have the spirit of music and enjoy it by using your imagination. Now, when Camp House comes in February, he may talk to you about that, and then my story may not be worthy at all. But at least I'm using my imagination, yes? And so you'll have something of an image to the piece, and it comes to life. Okay? That's like Pinocchio. Let's take the full man out. Begin. With that said, count the parts. Ready? And everybody. Your four. Your attack clarinet's here. Simply simple. That's quick. Now beat 2 the 3/4 time. Beat 2 the 3/4 time. Beautiful, big, beautiful sounds. Here's beat 1. Be at peace. Here we go. You go, yeah, I got that. 2, 3, and 1. Euphoniums and lower horns and tenor saxophones have some eighth notes there. Ready? 3, 2, 3, and 1. Take your time. Ready? And 1. Now, don't let your sound go. Oh, don't do that. Don't hold it down and just have that little skeletal of a sound. Good. Let's do it right. Let's do it, please. You sound great. Let's do bar 13. Did you find 13, everybody? 13. Now we've got this lovely flute alto saxophone duet that's just floating along here. And all of a sudden he has an army of people, but we can't create that much sound. He's changing the texture and not the volume. And all of a sudden he goes into a stringendo, which is kind of an accelerando. You see where it says stringendo molto? Is it 3 bars before 18? He goes into a stringendo molto, yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes? So he's speeding the tempo up. Then he does it much more. He goes a little accent, yakada. And then he says molto allegando, which is what the big chorale comes in. Big allegando here. Then it's 7 side. Let's start it at 10. I won't go back that far. 10. Everybody's in. Playing the things to do it. 10. I'll help you with the sign language here to get you through it. 10. Ready? And. non-diminuendo is important. I would suggest a little crescendo. So it says non-D-I-M, non-diminuendo, I would suggest a little crescendo. That'll keep it alive. I have a notation of the arrow. 10 again. Because for this part to be simple, it's supposed to be simple. He'll tell you exactly how he likes him to play when he comes in. I would imagine he wants a minimal amount of vibrato, something that sounds very childlike, which is not very artistic, not very sophisticated. It's all very simple. The pencil is simple. It's just something simple, as opposed to a pen with a lot of ornamentation on it. So there's both ways. Yours is more complicated than mine. Hold the pencil up. Yeah, so yours is, mine is simple, yours is not quite that. Fancy, fancy. Yeah, these copies go. Here we go, 10. What do you look like? On 10, ready, and 10, simple. Okay, you have to go that. That's a breath marking for style purposes. Let it go again. And you'll work together to get a feel for that. Again, at 10. I'll just keep the meter straight for those who kind of rest. 4, 10. I'll keep it even. Easy first clarinets. 2, easy here. 3. My mistake. I'll give the first clarinet. 13, please. 13. Thank you for the 13, and. Look fuller, and. That happen all of this within one bar line. So it takes a little while to work through it. But our time is up, and I won't go past this point. I think we're at 9 o'clock. The first night of camp, the rehearsal is always struggling. And you didn't struggle tonight. I was enthusiastic about that. I've done these camps for 27, 28 years. And the Friday rehearsal is always tough because it comes at the end of the school day. And tomorrow morning block should be the best time, because we're all fresh and just we know each other. And we moved the seats around a little bit, and it sounds a little different. It'll take a little while to get accustomed to it. Percussion, if you would, when we start the morning block, would you set up your instruments exactly where they are now, but put them here. Put them here as they let them face the ensemble. And then you can hear what you're trying to accomplish. And I may even shift the winds back a little bit, but the percussion instruments, see exactly where they are now, just facing in this direction so you can hear. And we'll put the group in a kind of a round. But thank you, posters. I enjoyed my visit. And we'll get a good first.
Tomorrow, you start in section rehearsals tomorrow morning. So you'll report to the rooms scattered everywhere from the 100 hall all the way back to the 400 hall. Posted everywhere. If you get early enough, you'll have to take these music stands with you to those rooms. There are no extra music stands anywhere. So bring these with you to your section rooms. Then bring them back to your full ensemble rehearsals. You will be on at 10 o'clock. They're here from 9 to 10 in sections, then full ensemble 10. Make sure that you bring your lunch tomorrow. There will not be time to leave and go anywhere and leave campus. You don't need to anyway. And we're going to be taking the honor band and all state photos and all those things for the yearbook during that block of time. So we need you here. All right, so make sure that you are available for whatever they're doing with the yearbook and the yearbook photos and everything else that's going on. Okay? Make sure you pick up around the room. If you leave anything, you brought water bottles or whatever, make sure you clean up and pick up. And remember tomorrow and over the course of the weekend to take the time to appreciate those that are working with you. You're going to have a whole crew of like 13 or 14 people here tomorrow, in addition to your conductors that are spending their weekend. Some of them, this is their 3-day weekend too, and they're spending it here working with us rather than sitting around doing whatever they want to do at home. All right? So make sure you acknowledge and appreciate those that came and gave their time to work with you. That's it. We are done. We will see you.
You know, let me tell you something. I do bands a lot. And I'm all over the country, and I'm in every band in Cobb County somewhere during the year. There's something that's special, always been special about Polk. The students are always warmer, kinder, always bring us, always, I don't mean most of the time, always. I'm going back to 87. And it's scary. He's always treated his students with courtesy, encouraged them to be leaders, encouraged them to clean up behind themselves. And they've always been very good individually and collectively. Always. That's the quarter of a century. That's not like we didn't get good last year. But there's always something special about the Polk kids. And just keep doing it. You don't understand. You don't have a way of understanding. You're too young to understand that this doesn't happen other places in the county, metro Atlanta area, state, or region. Friday night, 9 o'clock. But to keep on keeping on. You're in an unusual place and you have unusual opportunities. So I love working with you, but I want to tell you that because no one else really can tell you that, because no one else has been a next door neighbor for since 87. And so keep going and keep pushing along and keep cleaning up behind yourself. I tell my kids the same thing. It's the same child, just in a different community. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you, y'all.
Everything.
It's second, get those parts worked out. The ones that are 16th notes to 8th notes,
Hope you're having a good time.
Where are we going?
I didn't think you guys
Every single band kid in the folk
Those pictures are now going to be I sent her this picture, and I was like, my feels, because I was so unbelievably bored. Why did I get that? I thought about it, but I didn't know you had
Just gonna sneak my way in, just push and shove. Get out of my way!
I'm so excited. I had to go be creepy somewhere. And then Chocolate Girl.
Magic band chaos.
Still recording.
I think Turner's gonna have us practice game the half line. Hello, Francis.
Yes, I saw him. Now I'm getting back. Distracted. Tired. I went to bed at like 1. I mean, look at that. How's it too, Stuart? Fun? Yeah, it was great.